traditional person in the place of Concorde.
Can we have a kind of the background about you?
I'm a town planner. I retired from the civil service in 2011 as a permanent secretary. I joined the civil service maybe in North, maybe after my India at the College of Technology in 1978. That's when I joined the civil service. Thereafter, I had a federal government scholarship to travel to the United States, where I read up on a regional plan of the Massachusetts. I came back in 1983 and was reabsorbed into the service. Since then, I've been working with the Michigan State government until 2001, when I retired. I also am an adjunct senior lecturer at the University Department of Urban and Regional Planning, a fellow of the Institute, and also a fellow of Professional Excellence Foundation of Nigeria.
Okay, so the theme for this conference, land use planning and national security, for many looks ambiguous because one would tend to think, what has land use planning got to do with national security? Can you throw more light?
First of all, what is land use planning? It is a process of distributing activities spatially, strategically, and systematically. By that we are saying that development on land should be planned. And for you to plan that, you must have a digital photograph of the whole country to identify where people are living and where people should not go. If you look at today, many people are living in very vulnerable locations. Some of them are not accessible. Some are. And because of the nature of such areas, like we listen to lectures, people who live in slum condition environment have the capacity to be criminally inclined. So we are saying if settlements are planned, then the environment, that's what we call environmental determinism, the environment can condition you to change your lifestyle, to change your conduct. Now, you find also that most of our settlements in this country are not planned. That is why we are told 60% of the Nigerian populace are living in slums. What is a slum? It's a development area that has no access, all-weather roads, there's no electricity, there is no water, refuse management is not there. So any environment settlement that has good access road, drainage network, water supply, electricity, and refuse management, you find that that's the environment will be decent, and the living conditions of people there will be enhanced. Now, criminality will be reduced. So when we're saying we want the country, Nigeria, to begin to plan our settlements, take into consideration all these variables, that everybody must have access to decent living, water, electricity, and roads. And all this can only be achieved through human settlement planning. And now, because most of the criminal activities are perpetrated from areas that are not accessible, that even where cities are planned, you find people building high fences, shutting themselves off from the general public. And we are saying that is not the right way. People should be able to mount surveillance around their homes. not building highways. If you build a symbolic wall, you market, letting somebody know that, hey, this is the boundary between your property and mine. So that you don't encroach, but not that you should shut off your neighbor from doing what is happening. Now, because this thing is rampant, now we say, if we have a systematic planning of our settlements that enables us to know where people are living, it becomes possible for us, both security agencies, both the citizens of this country, to monitor where they are effectively. And that could reduce crime and the security of the nation. Two, when you talk about security of the nation, one, climate change is a problem, flooding. If settlements are washed away, the nation is threatened. Okay? Now, if we have desert encroachment, it affects our national security. And there are certain measures that can be taken to control the desert encroachment through planting of trees that will survive in that region. Look at a place like Libya. It's a desert. But Gaddafi was able to transform some of the cities into settlements. You go to Israel. Most of Israel is desert. But the Israeli government have been able to transform their land into rich agricultural production. So we are saying, through land use planning, we could identify locations for productive agricultural farming. We can identify locations for forestry development. We can identify locations that have to be conserved and preserved. And then at the same time, we identify locations where cities can be built. I know we have this problem of ethnicity. People now say, oh, this is our home, this is our land and all that. By the time these cities begin to grow, ownership of land becomes diffused. You own a piece of land, you sell it to me in maturity. It's no longer your own. If I'm living there, automatically I'm a resident. So we have to begin to let our people know that when you plan cities, people move in to live in that way. It breaks down social problems.
So in other words, the issue of indigenous settler, a problem that we have in so many parts of the country, can be settled, can be handled through this.
Can be handled through this. And look, when you prepare a plan, for you to implement that plan, you have to make a law. Okay? Now this is what we are trying to say. This dichotomy of citizenship, this and that, should be enshrined into our constitution that anybody living in Owerri here sees himself as a resident of Owerri. And I can tell you, the land the state government acquired here, which originally belonged to the natives, they acquired land laid out and allocated to people. Those people have developed those lands, they are as their homes, they are living there. So we can no longer uproot them.
Okay, sir. You said something that about 60% of Nigerians are living in slavery, and that most of our cities are not planned. Who is to blame? We have the issue of Nigerian Institute of Town Planners since 1966, and of course there are town planners who are part of government who are important components of every state government, even local government. So why is it that we have cities that are largely unplanned?
Even those that are planned, are they being developed according to the plan? Development is responsibility at that level, is a responsibility of the government. Provision of good roads is a responsibility of the government. It's in the constitution. Building streets and roads is a governmental responsibility. Providing water, providing responsibility. It's not the planners. What we can do is when we are engaged, we prepare the plan and we tell you how to go about implementing the plan, including funding. But when you prepare these plans and nobody is implementing them, who do you blame? The Nigerian Institute of Town Planners is not a trade union. It's an association of planners. And one of our cardinal aims is the advancement of public awareness on the need to plan our living and working environment and the protection of our environment. Two, the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners does this through workshops and seminars as we are witnessing now. And these workshops and seminars are open to the public, including those in government, to come and listen at what we are saying that is the best way to handle our human security. It's only when government says, okay, you Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, we want you to do this, that we will do. Otherwise, what we see us doing is sensitizing the public through lectures, seminars, and conferences.
Okay, sir. That brings me to the next question. Papers have been presented.
Yes.
Brainstorming, great ideas. How does this translate to policy? How do we have policymakers translate this into action?
We have people sitting there now, drawing up a communique. Communique is being drawn from the proceedings of this country. As soon as the communique is concluded, we are going to discuss then it is issued. But at this conference, this is what we agreed that should be done about security of this country. And then we make it available, we publish it in the newspapers, we send it across to governments to guide them in their policy formulation. And that is our own little contribution towards nation building.
Does the Institute have any mechanism to lobby government or lawmakers in implementing these things?
Yes, we will interface with governments, we interface with lawmakers at every opportunity we get to let them know our point of view on every issue. Unfortunately, it has not been easy getting across to this one. You can make appointments, you get there, you don't see anything. They're either telling you, oh, the minister has traveled out, or he's in a meeting, or he's in this or that. So it is important for the lawmakers to sit back and listen to what popular bodies are saying. But when you are excluded, or you're kept at an arm's length, it becomes difficult.
Okay, now you have a template at the helm of affairs in the ministry, the Ministry of Urban, House and Environment. Even, I mean, at the federal level, I think the minister is a template.
No, it's not.
Okay, now, we've been hearing about master plan. How many cities in the council
Quite a number of cities have master plan. Owerri, for instance, has a master. Beautiful master plan that guides our development in this industry. You can see, if you drive around our roads, as built, those are the provisions of the master plan. You can go around our housing estates, as built, those were the provisions of the master plan. But what has happened that for so long a time, governments in this state have not been implementing the master plan. Most of them were more interested in allocating land, not even opening the roads, not even providing infrastructure. So you can find and see that when the Owerri Capital Development Authority opened roads, military facilitate the plots. Individuals identify their plots and start building. One would expect that before someone builds, the infrastructure would have been there. There should have been water, there should have been, okay? But it started up to a point and it stopped. Water supply in this city today is a problem. Most people now, in fact, water supply in all the cities in the country. People are now depending on individual boreholes as opposed to the municipal water supply system, which shouldn't be. Electricity is the same thing. Well, the government is trying through the new policy, and if all the IPB programs take off, we will now find out that maybe the problem of ethnic supply of light will be a thing of the past. Now, you have to praise the president. Because for so long, the infrastructure for energy supply in this country was abandoned. But if you go around the country, you can now see national grid discussing various states of information. You can now see substations being developed. Now, the next level is distribution transformers. Very available. Some communities raise money to bring infrastructure to their communities. It shouldn't be. If you are serious-minded, if the community spends for resources to provide, buy electric pole, buy a transformer, and all that, people responsible for the distribution should take that into consideration. Either reduce their tariff or wait for tariff for them, because they supplied the infrastructure which the second is supposed to supply.
Okay, sir. Now, looking back at the way the conference has gone, how do you feel as a person?
I feel satisfied. From the opening ceremony, this is in recent years, this is one of the nations we have had the government declare our conference. About 2 or 3 years ago, the governor of Anambra State did that. Today, I'm glad Governor Owerri also came to declare it. And the turnout has been wonderful. We have reached over 500 delegates in this conference. And everybody is at ease, everybody is interested in participating in the discussions. And we've attracted quality people who are present or who are presented. Like I said, I got information yesterday, a phone call, and the National Security Advisor will be coming in today. In fact, I requested that he comes in late, that we should schedule his papers for tomorrow. The IG is coming in today. You know, yesterday it was a time of Concorde. 2 days ago we had race. Yesterday we had Dr. Concorde. So the quality of personnel and the quality of papers we are presenting has excited quite a lot. And I'm happy for it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. And even your participation is an encouragement for us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.